Alright guys, I just wanted to go over quickly here just a few things before you and your partner get going on your DJ Turntable website, okay? First and foremost, you have all the files that you need from those files that we copied over in class the other day. If not, you can get those off the extras drive. Either way, all of the things that you need are on Schoology, okay? There are a bunch of stock images here. Should you want to use them, you're welcome to find your own images online, but I just figured it'd be much easier to use these images as you are producing your website. The other two big files that you're going to need are, number one, this checklist. And on the checklist, it talks a little bit about what is needed on the page layout, okay? So when it says content block B, content block C, D, E, F, whatever it might be, all of those content blocks come directly off of this big long document here, okay? So content block B, we would just copy and paste this text into the appropriate spot in our website. Content block C, so on and so forth, we would just grab that from here, all right, and copy and paste that information. You can either open up the Word doc or the PDF file. Either one would be okay. The only thing that is not outlined on each page is you should obviously have a title. You know, it kind of all starts with content block C or B. You need to have a title on each page. Now, as you're going through this whole process, I would highly encourage you to look at my example website, okay? It shows you what needs to be linked. Honestly, I don't even care if you want to copy and paste the text from this page. It's all the same thing. But this is kind of what your final website should look like. You can find it here in the Schoology folder for DJ Turntable. This is Canace example number 1. You've got a bunch of other examples that you're welcome to look at. So the first thing that you're going to want to do here is you log into your Weebly account, and it's probably just going to be easier to have one person do this. Find your website by clicking on this drop down arrow. Go ahead and hit edit site, and that's going to open up your editor. If it asks you to reconnect apps, just go ahead and click I'll do it later. And you're going to click on your pages. And you want to make sure that you have created all of the pages within the website. They should all be the same, meaning they should all have a proper name and they should all be no header. The only site that should really, or page that should have a header, if you want it, is your home page. But everything else should be structured the same way. These can all be found in the very beginning of your document here. So here's all the pages that you need. Now, you'll see that a couple of pages, like my story, wedding, school celebrations, those are sub pages. And all you need to do to make a sub page is just kind of click so you get this crosshair, and then you just drag it over. Just about, quarter of an inch, not even. And now when I go into about, you're going to see a sub page for that. Same thing with events. I have my 4 sub pages. Okay, and you should have all of these pages set up before you begin anything. Then, once your pages are set up, you're going to want to make sure that your theme, whatever you've chosen, is appropriate. Some will give you more color scheme options. You can change the theme to anything you really want. Change the theme, change the fonts if you need it. I wouldn't really mess with that too much. And then there are some theme options. As I said, some options are more detailed, dependent on the theme that you choose. But should you want to go with like a red theme, here's what you can do. If DJ Turntable here is obviously green, black, and in white, but there is this photo effects filter. So if you take any of the DJ Turntable logos, which are these right here, you can change the color around. Okay, so how you would do that is you would just go ahead and hit get started, enable the flash if you need to, upload the file. Okay, file's uploaded, and then you're welcome to kind of choose any sort of effect that you want. Some are, you can just change based on simple filters. Others, if you want to do touch up, you can edit It's pretty self-explanatory as you kind of get through this. If you want to apply an effect, a frame, you don't really need to. I would just encourage you to maybe look at changing the color of these items, okay? And then when you're done, just save this document to whatever color you choose. So if you wanted to go with that red that you choose here, you can kind of make a red logo. Totally up to you though, otherwise just stick with the green. Now, I would use this logo, so when you guys are doing your header of your website, instead of having text like DJ Turntable, I would upload that logo, and you can just upload that same file to the main page on your website. So as you bounce around from page to page to page, and I know you don't see much change in right now, but this logo stays consistent throughout the duration of your website. The other thing that you're going to want to get set up is here in the settings, okay? You need to give your name or your website a title. You can see that right now on the tab. It's the Southwestern High School Alumni Association. We want to give it the name that are in the directions here, which is DJ Turntable Music and Entertainment Services. So let's copy that, paste that into my name, and we'll go ahead and just save our changes right there. So when you publish this, you're going to see DJ Turntable up on the top of your name. Okay, so then you're just going to go ahead with using both my examples, the main example here, as well as some of the other examples, and using these two instruction files to kind of build your website. So as you go through page by page, you and your partner determine who's responsible for what. You just want to make sure you got the content, it's easy to read, you have subpages, you have images, and all of the content that you need is here. Okay, so if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me. I'll probably be on my computer most of the day. Otherwise, you should expect to get a decent amount of this done. I know it looks like a lot, but all the text at this point, you're really copying and pasting. There's not much else to it. Last thing, link alert, okay? For instance, in this corporate events page, the link alert says that you need to link event resources to the resources page, and you need to link event packages to the packages page. So if you go to your website, and here's my example, packages, okay, and events, maybe we go to corporate events, right? We have a link to our resources page. We also have a link to the events packages page, okay? So you link to standard pages. As you are kind of editing here, and you need to put in a link, okay, we can link to a website URL, which is a link outside. If I want to link to a page in my website, I would just highlight this, choose a link, standard page, and maybe I want to link this to, I don't know, my events page. Okay, click off, and then it's an active link. Okay, if you want to see how your website's looking as you go throughout, just go ahead and hit that blue publish button. That's kind of like a save, and you can kind of see how your website is laid out. Okay, so best of luck. Have some creativity with this. Please make sure that all the content that you're putting in here is appropriate for DJ Turntable. Okay.